The Atlanta Beltline generates about $23 billion in economic activity every year. It supports roughly 91,000 jobs. About $941 million in public and philanthropic money has unlocked around $14.2 billion in private development, a return of roughly 15 to 1. By almost any measure a city planner would use, it is one of the most successful infrastructure projects in modern American history. It also made the neighborhoods it runs through unaffordable to a significant share of the people who lived in them when it was announced, and those two sentences are not in tension. The second one happened because of the first. This is the story of how that works, why nobody stopped it, and what Atlanta has been doing for the last 5 years to fix it, because that part is real, it's measurable, and almost nobody covers it. Act 1. The idea. The Beltline started as a graduate thesis. Ryan Gravel, a Georgia Tech student, looked at a ring of abandoned railroad corridors circling downtown Atlanta and proposed connecting it into a 22-mile loop of trails, parks, and transit linking dozens of in-town neighborhoods. What made it more than a nice drawing was the financing. In 2005, Atlanta created a tax allocation district, a TAD, to fund it. The mechanism is elegant, and it is also the whole story of this video. So stay with me for 60 seconds. A TAD works by freezing the property tax base in a defined area at its current level. All the additional property tax revenue generated as land values rise above that baseline gets captured and reinvested into the project itself. Read that again, because it's the hinge. The Beltline was designed to be funded by rising property values in the neighborhoods it runs through. Its entire financial engine depends on the land around it getting more valuable. That's not a flaw someone slipped in. It's the plan. It's why the project could be built without a citywide tax increase. And it is also, structurally, a machine for raising the cost of living along the corridor, because the funding model only works if the land gets more expensive. The people who designed it knew this. That's precisely why the Beltline came with an affordable housing commitment attached. Create or preserve 5,600 affordable units within the planning area by 2030. 5,600 units. Hold that number. Everything that follows is about whether it got delivered and whether it was ever going to be enough. Act 2. It worked, and that was the problem. The Eastside Trail opened in 2012, and Atlanta changed around it faster than almost anyone expected. Here's what the research found. Homes within a half mile of the Beltline appreciated somewhere between 17.9 and 26.6% more than comparable homes elsewhere in the city. That's from Dan Immergluck and Rigolon Balan, whose 2017 work is still the most cited study on this. Not 17 to 26% total. 17 to 26 percentage points above what the rest of Atlanta did over the same period. If your house was a half mile from the trail, you got the city's appreciation plus a Beltline premium on top. If you owned that house, this was the best financial event of your life. If you rented it, it was an eviction notice with a long fuse. Rents along the Eastside Trail surged roughly 43% over a period of several years, with some analyses putting it above 50%. And this pattern isn't unique to Atlanta. It's so consistent that researchers have given it a name. Alessandro Rigolon and Rigolon Németh found that neighborhoods within a half mile of newly built greenway parks between 2008 and 2016 were about 2.5 times more likely to gentrify than comparable areas without them. 2.5 times. That's the base rate for building a beautiful park next to people who rent. The demographic shift shows up in the numbers too. The population of the Beltline planning area grew nearly 22% since 2010. Roughly 83% of residents in that district hold bachelor's degrees. Over 1.5 million square feet of Class A office space went up near the Eastside Trail alone. None of that is bad on its own. Population growth is good, educated workers are good, offices are jobs. But run the mechanism forward. Trail opens, land values rise, property assessments rise with them. A homeowner who bought in 1988 and paid off their mortgage in 2018 now owns an asset worth 3 times what it was and owes property taxes on the new number out of an income that did not triple. A renter 2 doors down faces a 50% increase at renewal. Neither of those people did anything wrong. Neither of them opposed a park. And both of them are now under pressure to leave a neighborhood that just got better, precisely because it got better.